live recording this right now. It is Tuesday, November 18th. Dylan is here. Connor is not here. He's on sabbatical right now. We don't know what's going on. Look, the contract's running out. He's flirting with other offers. He's like, hey, Mark in Philly, I love talking Philly sports. Maybe I want to come hang out with you. But we might be losing Connor here soon, Dylan.
Yeah, some were saying the Georgia fans got to him after their massive win.
He picked them. I'm the one who's getting in the mud with the Georgia fans.
But it's they don't have the cognitive ability to separate Connor picking them versus what he said at the beginning of the year. So it's like, oh, well, you picked us, but you still said we were going to be nothing at the beginning of the year. So I think Connor's dealing with that. He said something about work. I don't know. I'm not buying it personally.
No, the fact that all of a sudden Georgia keeps winning football games, Bryce Young throws for 448, looks like probably, honestly, the best quarterback in the NFL. It's just interesting. Those things are happening.
What?
I know, we talked about it last show.
Is there any chance you and Ross Martin are like fighting in contract disputes over him? Isn't that the guy he does?
Oh yeah, with the Carolina guys.
I will be very interested to see if he shows up for the UNC podcast. Also, is it ironic that North Carolina plays Duke this week and he's just not here? I mean, there's a lot going on here where it's like you don't want to make accusations. I don't want to make accusations. But there's a lot of things at play. I mean, he could really just put it to bed by showing up.
Yeah. But hey, yeah.
Listen, if you're watching this, please do not speculate about why Connor's gone. Especially in the comments, do not say anything mean or speculate about why Connor's not here. That's what I'm saying.
Definitely don't.
Do not do that. Nothing about Duke being such a better team than North Carolina. Nothing about the Panthers. Nothing
about Georgia, Oklahoma.
Nope. Yeah, that was bad too. I forgot. Yeah, bad week for Connor. Maybe I would have skipped out too. Now that I think about it.
Anyhow, anything else before we dive into the football stuff?
You want a little inside KarterKast?
Let's do it.
Christmas is coming up, and I have been tasked with creating a Christmas list. Now, here's the problem. You know this as a married man. Christmas you don't really ask for toys anymore. And maybe like tech, but a lot of things that you ask for are things that make your daily life easier. I think leaf blower and things that you wouldn't buy. So I looked up on Reddit yesterday. I said, things I bought that have changed my life. So Karter, I want to present this to you. What are some things that you have maybe the layman doesn't think of that has changed your life for the better? Can I give, to start the conversation, the number one thing that I saw on Reddit was a bidet.
Oh, that'd probably be 1-1 for me.
Do you have one?
I have one. I haven't installed it in the new house. I had it in my last 3 places I lived. I just haven't installed it here yet. I just haven't installed it.
So it's a game changer.
Yeah, it's a game changer. And it's been a problem because I need to install it and I've been lazy about it. That's actually I'm not going to do it. I'll do it when I get back. I got a 10-day trip coming up. I'll do it when I get back from the 10-day trip. I got to have it. I got a bunch of people staying with me over December, so.
So you have to have it installed when you have the guests?
Oh, family coming to town? Yeah, we're going to need the bidet.
So is that your answer? That's 1A?
It's pretty awesome.
So here's the issue I have. I have recently ran into a sum of money, and no one died. And I am trying to find things like that to ask for Christmas, to maybe purchase. I don't have an outlet next to my toilet. Like I think
you don't need one.
Well, here's the problem. The one I was
heated one.
I want the heated one. I want it to warm the water. I want the heated seat. I want the LED light that glows into the bowl.
There's I've been many people in my life also have the heated ones with the LEDs and all that and everything. It's nice. I don't think it's totally worth it.
So, I guess my question
I'm just
is,
warning you though. Once you get a bidet, you'll never go back, and traveling becomes a problem after that.
well, wait a second. So I don't want to get too. I read that on Reddit. I don't want to get too graphic. If you don't have the warming element, I could see where that could be uncomfortable for if it's just cold
This is
water. Like
hilarious.
in the middle of winter, that's going to be uncomfortable. No?
It's not that bad.
Okay. All right. So I guess another point I want to make is there is a point where it's like law of diminishing returns. Like if you have a bidet and in order for me to get the heated seat, the light or whatever, I would need to run an extension cord
Not worth
from one side. Yeah,
Not
I was going to
worth
say,
it.
at that point, people are asking why you running the extension cord. And then you have to say, oh, well, I have a bidet.
The
Like,
only way it's worth it is if you had the extra money to bring in someone to do some electrical, install an outlet in the bathroom, and do it that way. Otherwise, not worth it.
Okay, so I'm not
And it's
going
way
to run a
cheaper
cord
to go the other route too.
with just the water.
Yeah, with just the normal bidet, they're like $30.
Okay, the 30. Where are you seeing $30 bidets?
Amazon?
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone I've seen is like $100.
Yeah, no.
Now, do you have one built into the seat? Like, do you get a seat with it, or do you get? I think I've seen ones that are you just put them under the seat, maybe.
Yeah, it gives you like little platforms to put on it and everything.
Okay, all right. So you're going bidet 1A of things that you've purchased that are worth it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but keep going.
Pillows, mattresses, anything for laundry. I mean,
we
towel warmer. I saw that a lot. Towel
warmer would be awesome. I don't think it would like really change my life that much.
Okay. Now, another bidet question. Does your bidet have I saw ones that have a drying function.
No, I don't know.
So you're just going straight water.
Well, then you just clean up.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
but okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't want to keep
investigate.
giving this visual to people listening right now. Some people are eating lunch in their car listening
Yeah,
to
this
this,
is
and they're
true,
like,
true.
"Oh, they're talking about."
Who would have thought we started with bidet talk? This on the record, this started as things that you've bought that have changed your life.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it has to be inexpensive items because, like, I balled out on a nice couch.
Okay. Well, I read a lot of mattresses. I read a lot of like pillows and stuff, like balling out on those. The towel warmer was one. My Amazon list is, if someone looked at my Amazon list right now, I don't know what they would think. It's got everything.
Yeah, my Christmas list this year is mostly just golf stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I can play year-round golf here, so.
So that's where we're at in the golf adventure then. It's golf is life.
No, it's more so I just don't want to pay for those things, and that's a very easy gift to say. If someone's like, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" Like, golf stuff is so easy. It's just like, "Hey, here 2 dozen balls real quick, 25, $30 or whatever." I'm not getting Pro V1s after that.
Really? Not even as a gift? Like, would you ask for those as a gift?
It depends who I'm talking to. But also, I don't trust myself to play with a brand new pack of Pro V1s quite yet. I'm not. Because the problem is if I hit one into the woods, I'm going into the woods being like, "Hey, that was a $5 ball."
Yeah. I get
the whole
that.
unit doing.
That is I could have placed that on Missouri money line. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna quick hit you with some things. Yes or no, worth it. Hotel soap dispensers for your shower.
No, because when you buy, depending on the setup,
You wouldn't have the
it could be.
bottles. You would just pour the soap in there, and it would be nice and sleek.
It would look. I think it could look good. Okay, keep going.
Dash cam for your car.
Something I want. Something I always say I want it, and I never will buy it.
That is something that you don't need it until you need it.
Yep.
3D printer.
No.
Okay, I'm going to offer a caveat here. So, like, this is 3D printed. This is a pen holder. I got it for Christmas one year. You could make these and sell these with a 3D printer and make decent money. Or like when Squid Game was a big thing, the little did you watch Squid Game season 2 and 3, the new ones?
Nope.
Okay, never mind that. They were like little dice they were playing with. Like you could make those, or like little widget. Like I feel like you could be practical with a 3D printer.
What year is your car?
09?
Okay, so the one thing I will say that is a big game changer are the Apple CarPlays you can put in cars.
Way ahead of you.
Okay.
When I got the Cube, one of the first things I purchased, because you can't go with the radio transmitter that plugs into your cigarette lighter, because if you travel too far, it just gets all staticky. I did that for maybe a month, and then I was like, I am purchasing Apple CarPlay and replacing my radio or receiver or whatever you want to call it. So
did you huge. So you did you got it like all installed and everything in it?
Yeah, I installed it. So I bought it. There was one making its round on TikTok for about $150. I just bought it. Yeah, as us handymen, married men do, YouTube, and put it in there. And then it's not wireless. I mean, it has a Bluetooth function, but to do the CarPlay, you have to connect it via USB. So it's not wireless CarPlay.
So the one I have
CarPlay.
In my wife's car, it's wireless.
Did you put it in, or did it come with it?
No. It's you install it and then it's wireless.
Oh, I can't help but notice you didn't really answer the question.
What do you mean?
Did you install it?
Yeah, but I didn't replace the dash or anything, because with her car, you can't replace it with that one.
I think you're still.
What are you talking about?
Did you install it?
It's not. No, it's like it's in like it's on. Technically, yes, but there wasn't any like installation needed really.
So it's like a plug and play type thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that. It's like mine. I didn't have to take apart the whole dash. I just took out the receiver.
Yeah, no, you can just stick it on there and it's good to go.
Wait a second. Yeah, I've never heard of that. What year's your wife's car?
12.
Okay, that's a little more advanced than mine.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it in my car though. I've got one of those. Toyota has the stupidest, like the late 2010 Toyota's interfaces are terrible.
Yeah. My brother had a Pontiac G6 that had a nice interface. Do you find any use for a utility like that has all that stuff to carry around keeping your car or anything?
That's another thing. You need it when you need it. I don't think I'd actually like carry that around as much as I
Okay, and let's go. Well, you don't drink coffees. Okay, one more. This is a jump starter that you don't need to connect to somebody else's car.
Oh, I have one of those. Yeah, I have that.
Oh, then is it pretty useful? Have you been caught needing it?
I've used it once. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I got one in each of my cars.
There we go.
All and right. Then you also want to have jumper cables with those separately as well, just in case. Because sometimes that thing can die pretty quick.
Yeah, you'd hate to be stuck. And a little backup. I got you. Yeah. That's all I had. That's kind of the rabbit hole I went. We could also get into credit card fees. That was another thing I've been stewing on since the pumpkin show.
Credit card fees?
Yes.
Like merchants charging like 3% credit card fees if you want to use a card at a place, or the opposite of like an annual credit card fee?
No, annual fee, whatever. What you started with. So at pumpkin show, everything it's a thing here. It's a big fair, and everybody wants to use cash. So previously, 3% charge, right? 3% charge if you use a card, whether it's debit, credit, whatever. I get it. They charge the vendors. I still hate it, but I get it. There were vendors charging a $1 flat rate. So basic math here, Carter. If you're paying $10 for something and they charge you an extra $1, that is a 10% upcharge to use your credit card. Most credit cards, you're getting 5% back. That is an issue I've had my entire life. I've been very frustrating.
I've been carrying a lot of cash with me lately.
You're going back to cash, huh?
I try to. I was in Boston. All these Italian restaurants in Boston are like cash only, cash only. I'm like, all right, screw this.
Really?
I went, and yeah, they're probably, maybe evading taxes. I'm not here to judge.
Okay.
But maybe I am, 'cause I pay my taxes.
Big tax guys here.
Yeah, you got to like, especially like whenever I'm going to New York in a few weeks, you got to have cash in New York. Got to have cash in New York.
That makes sense. But in my daily life, I don't find myself needing cash too often. Like
It's nice.
The upcharge thing only really occurs when I'm at a county fair or food truck or anything like that.
If you're going to like local restaurants, I think you'd be surprised if you're like, hey, if I pay in cash, can I get a better fee? A lot of the local places around here, if you pay cash, they're like, yeah, you get 5% off.
It almost makes me feel better when they frame it as a cash discount rather than a card upcharge.
Yeah, and that's how they all frame it here, because everyone's like, hey, we'll take cash. Please give us cash.
This who's at fault there? Credit card companies or the businesses? It's not the consumer.
Both.
No,
it's credit card companies. F 'em.
I think I'm going business. Suck it up. Eat it.
Anyhow. All right, well, that was good stuff. I wish
That's
I had
great,
more.
and we're only 16 minutes in.
Hey, hey, next week I'll have a lot to bring to the table. Don't worry. Got a lot of travel coming. Yeah, next.
Oh yes, and and KarterKast college basketball kicking off. So
KarterKast college basketball. We got a ton of stuff kicking off next week, and we got the travel. I'll be in Salt Lake. Dylan, hey, I got you an extra ticket. BYU Wisconsin Friday, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Delta Center, Salt Lake City. You want to go?
You got the plane ticket as well?
Nope. Just.
So I think I'm busy.
Yeah.
I want to apologize. Can I apologize? I rewatched the college football recap. I was mean about KarterKast college basketball. I think it's going to do
I got a few texts about it.
I think it's going to do very well.
I don't want to hear that.
This is a passion project for you, and I poo-pooed on it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I'll watch every episode.
I know how you were. Don't worry. You act like I don't know. You act like I don't know who you are.
Let's hear about those texts. Chase have something to say? Ben?
No.
Jack?
No.
BYU's head coach?
No. Fans of the show. BYU coach did text me about it.
My mom?
No.
Okay. All right.
Anyhow, let's get into college football.
Let's do it.
Yeah, college football show. 17 minutes in.
It's a big show.
Yeah, big show. All right, let's do it. Lane Kiffin. The Athletics reporting right now that the Ole Miss administration has told Lane Kiffin he has to decide by the Egg Bowl, which is next Saturday, the 28th, right after after Thanksgiving, that he has to decide whether he's staying or he's going to LSU or Florida. This ultimatum, it's weird, first off, because when I saw him, like, is that even real? Then it turns out they've been sending private planes out to Oxford, but he reportedly hasn't been on him, but like his agent and his family has been on those planes going to visit Gainesville and Baton Rouge and everything. It's all very strange, which leads to the fact of, if you're really flirting that much with it, I understand you want to, you're gonna get a pay raise regardless whether you stay at Ole Miss. They're gonna have to give you more money. But if you're not, I feel like at this point you would just shut down all the rumors at this point, right?
So the ultimatum itself is interesting to me. I don't know of any marriages or relationships that started with an ultimatum. So the ultimatum that's being offered in general makes me think, oh, that's a problem. Lane Kiffin, his current contract is through the end of the year in 2031. So he's locked up with Ole Miss contractually, right?
But the thing is, he's going to have to get an extension with a huge raise and everything if he decides to stay.
He currently makes $9 million. This is cop out. I hate the coaching stuff because it's a bit of chicken before the egg thing with Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a good team. Why would Lane Kiffin want to leave? Well, Lane Kiffin, you could argue was the one that got Ole Miss to where they are now. I don't know why, we hear Matt Rule go into the Nebraska press conference. Hey, I'm not leaving for Penn State. We hear all these coaches.
Yeah,
do these things.
he didn't come out and say that initially. He was like,
No,
I love
he
Penn
said what? He's committed to Nebraska, but then they offered him an extension, and he took it.
Yeah, because he knew he wasn't getting that Penn State job.
I don't know why Lane just doesn't go and say, hey, I love what we've built at Ole Miss. I'm staying here. The fact that he hasn't done that yet is concerning. Now the question is, Florida, LSU, I don't know what makes these different positions attractive other than money. Do you think they're just offering to pay him more?
Brands and NIL backing.
At this point, is the Florida brand that worth that much more than Ole Miss?
No, the LSU one is, though.
I wouldn't even say that.
Yes, I would. Yeah, the LSU one for sure. And also, LSU with recruiting, the entire state of Louisiana is yours guaranteed. If you want a kid in Louisiana, which is a hotbed of football talent, yours guaranteed.
They couldn't keep the number one football recruit from some school up in wintry Michigan. So we're sitting here and saying LSU.
If Lane Kiffin's the head coach, I don't think he's going to Michigan.
I don't think that decision was made because of the coach. I
Purely
do not like Brian Kelly, but to go play for Sharon Moore?
That's a good call. You got me there.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's a money thing. So if LSU, and you know what, maybe LSU decided that that player was not worth the funds that they had set aside for him. But if we're talking a money thing, I don't know if we can sit here and say that LSU has necessarily hit the gold mine in NIL funds.
Well, it's interesting, too, because, like, how much money are they going to still have even after paying the Brian Kelly buyouts eventually? And then you got to pay Lane Kiffin's salary on top of that and all the coordinators and coaches that Lane Kiffin's going to bring in. Yeah, I don't know,
man.
If I'm Lane Kiffin, I'd want to stay. You've been through all these stops. You were at USC. You were at FAU. You've been to all these different stops, and you finally found the place that fits you, and you figured it out, and it's your place. And you're getting enough NIL money to be competitive, clearly. And now, with you flirting with these other job offers, and let's say he's going to go take another job offer, it's crazy because you're throwing a potential national title team down the toilet, essentially, because let's say if they give him this ultimatum that he's going to LSU or Florida, by the Egg Bowl or whatever, is he still going to coach this team into the playoff, or is Ole Miss going to say, get out of here, we're just going to run with an interim coach for the college football playoff, and then you're throwing away, say what you want, this college football season is wide open. Ole Miss is as much of a national title contender as anybody at this point. They could even go freaking win the SEC title this year and get a top 4 seed.
So why does Ole Miss even offer this ultimatum to Lane Kiffin? Is it because they need time to look for a coach for next year? What would be the reason that they offer this to him?
Because I think they want this stuff done and dusted before the college football playoff, and they don't want this to be a distraction whatsoever.
So they want it to be done and dusted, but there's we're assuming. We're making up probabilities here, but let's assume a 50% chance he doesn't come back. Then like you said, you're going through possibly an SEC championship, almost certainly a college football playoff run without your head coach.
I think I would rather have an interim coach. I think I'd rather have an interim coach take me through the SEC title game and the college football playoff than deal with a coach who's already thinking about, what recruits am I going to go get in Baton Rouge?
This might bite me in the butt. They give him this ultimatum. Can he say that he's leaving after this year and finish out the year? Maybe that's the thought process. It's like, hey, after this year, I'm leaving, and that's what Ole Miss wants to hear. But I'm going to finish out the year.
You got to find out. But I think it would be. I would lean. But the problem is, let him finish out the year. The problem is the way the transfer portal and everything works. If you want your next stop to be successful, you're going to be wheeling and dealing in the portal and recruiting when you're sitting there in Oxford in your office.
And then you have to, you have to assume how the players are going to react to that in a playoff run if their coach said they're leaving. It's interesting because it's different than a player like Bo Pribula last year, where it's like you leave and you don't play because you could get injured, obviously. Also, they didn't really need him at that time. But a coach, you can still coach, and it's not like you have to worry about the transfer portal stuff you do, but you don't have to worry about getting injured or anything. But you probably do have to worry about player buy-in. Like if you go to the playoffs and you know your coach is going to leave after the year, I'm sure that doesn't make the players feel great.
And that's
It
why the
seems
ultimatum.
odd. The ultimatum piece of it seems odd because I don't know many relationships that have gotten stronger because of an ultimatum.
I don't think it necessarily matters. I also just think it's kind of a clear sign he's leaving.
You think so?
Yeah, like if he wasn't leaving at this, like I feel like this would have, like we've seen all these other coaches that have been offered these big time positions. I mean, you even mentioned Matt Rule, even though he wasn't necessarily offered that spot, but like all these other dudes are just signing their extensions, be like, nope, I'm committed here. I'm committed here. We're staying. Curt Cignetti, for example. Curt Cignetti just got rid of all the noise and said, nope, I'm staying in Indiana. We're not flirting with other offers. Nope, we're doing it here.
Yeah.
The fact that we're this far into the process, it's like,
And he
how
hasn't
much
really.
more money is he even going to get at this point?
Yeah. So you think he's gone?
I would lean towards he's going to LSU.
Where would you go? That's the thing I can't. I don't see how LSU is better. Unless you want a person, money, and maybe the structure of the contract. But in terms of a program,
though, because
success.
At this point, like, is Indiana that much different than Florida?
Can I say something dumb? I think there are some people out there that probably consider the weather aspect as well.
I think well, also just being in the South, being in
Lower taxes.
The recruiting is interesting because it's like, yeah, that recruiting stuff does matter being home, but also like it's at the end of the day, it's all NIL.
Yeah.
It's funny. You'll hear all these stuff. More so in college basketball and whatnot. You'll hear these different kids getting recruited and anything. It's like, oh, so why did he pick that school? It's like, well, this school offered him $150,000 more.
Yeah, that'll do it for a college kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he ends up leaving. This is not a good sign, but
think about if you were college. Like, think about being 17 years old. You're getting recruited by all these schools, and let's say you're like, I'm going to Michigan. They're giving me $500,000 to come play basketball in Michigan. North Carolina comes in and says, hey, we'll give you $650. How fast are you moving to North Carolina?
A lot of things at play here.
See, I don't think a lot of people think that way.
I think we've had this conversation before. I think money has utility value to where there comes a certain point.
I agree.
More money's, it's a law of diminishing returns. I don't know. I don't know. Like, that's the thing with these coaching conversations, that we talk about why coaches want to leave their situation. We say money. Lane makes what, $9 million a year? That if he gets $10 million a year from some school,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's already at a point where he's not going to make that much more at another stop. It's solely that he is getting backed so heavily in recruiting that he can just go and pick whoever he wants.
But I don't think. Are we sure that's the case?
That's what LSU. I'm saying. Like, unless it's if he's taking that job, he's getting the guarantee of, I'm getting X amount of money in recruiting. That's the only way.
Yes, that would have to be the perk that's offered, I think. Or else you would have to say Ole Miss. But the fact that we're having this conversation on November 18th leads us to believe that there's something, there's some kind of conversation happening between Lane and someone else. Or there's some kind of offer being made, or bonus, or promise, or whatever it is.
They're sending out private planes.
I'll go ahead and go on record. I think he should stay.
I think he should too. I think it's.
But I also thought James Franklin would be taking one of those jobs.
Great transition, because James Franklin agrees to a deal with Virginia Tech, and there's multiple layers to this. One,
hit me.
Great for Virginia Tech.
Yes,
I mean, just
biggest winner of this.
Home run hire, unbelievable. You see, Arkansas was begging for James Franklin. They couldn't get him. You get him over everybody else. Now, this is my point that you have made even more than anybody else. 95% of college football fan bases would have traded for what Penn State had recently with the recent success of James Franklin. Clearly, because all these open head coaching hires, they all wanted James Franklin. They're like, James Franklin's a great coach. I want him in here. But when he's at Penn State, oh, he stinks. He can't win the big one and everything. All of a sudden, the conversation changes to where, oh no, like Virginia Tech's back all of a sudden. And I agree. But I've stayed consistent with this where I think James Franklin's a fine coach. And I don't think Penn State necessarily should have fired him because I don't know where they're going to go next. And Virginia Tech, now they're committing millions and millions and millions into their athletics and NIL and all that stuff now. Virginia Tech's going to be a problem in the ACC, in my opinion.
So my take on James Franklin has always, I thought it was silly that Penn State fired him. Yeah, he doesn't win the big games, but I mean, you're talking about a coach who was in the playoffs last year. You're talking about a coach who was playing
semifinal.
A coach who was playing in the Big Ten championship. And this is also a guy, regardless of what you want to say, he turned around the Penn State program from quite literally the depths of hell. I mean, this guy came in 2014 or 15, whenever it was, and completely turned this program around into one of those top programs in the Big Ten. We've had this conversation before. In my mind, I'm saying Penn State's probably number 2 above Michigan. It's Ohio State, Penn State. Some people will slate Michigan above Penn State. This is huge for Virginia Tech. I don't know if you could have hit this hire any better, because I say that because I think that this seems like James Franklin settling. It feels like he was in line for one of these better jobs being, honestly, even Arkansas, LSU, Florida. It kind of feels like a settling for James Franklin.
I think it's the right move because I bet he got confirmation that he's going to get a certain amount of backing in NIL and recruiting and everything. Yep. And on top of that, you get to play in the ACC and you have the support and the fan base already in line. Like, there is tradition and history with the Virginia Tech program already there. You can
3-3 or 0-0?
0-0, Frank Beamer. I can't believe I was at that game. But anyhow, this is a home run hire. I mean, you're not going to understand this as much, but this is in the same vein as Will Wade to NC State. Like, this completely shifts everything and proves that, oh, they're back. They're back to being a legitimate program and a problem in the ACC. It might not happen in year 1, but it's definitely going to happen by year 2. It might even happen year 1. Like, with how open the ACC is, for crying out loud, we're going to see a 9-win Wake Forest team this year.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of recruiting class they can put together, what kind of transfer class they can put together. It might take a year, but what's interesting here, I'm looking at the contract is not officially finalized, obviously, but it looks like the $49 million buyout that Penn State was going to have to pay James Franklin, and this is kind of moving to Penn State talk, it's down to $9 million after this. They negotiated the buyout down. So I'm assuming, I think it was in the contract that the buyout is contingent on James Franklin in good faith pursuing a job, and then they would pay the difference. So James Franklin's contract at Virginia Tech may come out to $40 million somewhere in the gross. Who knows how long the contract's for. But this frees up a lot of capital for Penn State on the flip side to invest in a coach, to put it towards the transfer portal. It'll be interesting to see what kind of moves Penn State makes moving forward. But it does feel like a huge win for Virginia Tech in a conference that, I mean, Virginia's in the conversation of winning. Like, it really can, anything can happen in this conference. It feels big for Virginia Tech. I think James Franklin settled a little bit, but if he's going to get the resources he asked for, I can understand why he wouldn't say no to this. Shout out Hamilton.
Shout out. Not a big Hamilton guy.
I had a big Hamilton kick when around COVID. Went to see it live. Not the original cast, but Abby and I went Valentine's Day 2022. Say no to this. No.
I'm going to New York, and I was like, oh, Tom Hanks is doing the thing. Like, okay, maybe we'll go see Tom Hanks.
What's he doing?
Some play, I don't know. And how much do you think tickets were?
Oh. $670.
No, they were like $360. I was like, get out of here.
Yeah, pass. I want to see Little Shop of Horrors on Broadway.
Honestly, I don't really care to see anything on Broadway. I've only been to one Broadway show. I took Justine for her birthday.
When I was there. Cats?
No, it was Nick Jonas was starring in it.
What?
Yeah, he was doing like a Broadway kick for like 2 weeks, and yeah, we went. It was fine.
Okay, all right.
It was fine.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Shout out Justine.
Not a Broadway guy. Not an artsy guy over here.
No art?
Yeah.
Music's art. You're a concert guy.
Yeah, music's fine. Like art. Hey, art. We're good.
We're good. We're good on the art. Oh.
Like there's nothing that pisses me off more when like people are trying to break down a painting. It's like, oh, it exudes the depression of the. Shut up! You don't know.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, yeah. Shut your mouth.
Just do the rock. Shut up.
Yeah, I'm not a big art guy. I like sculptures.
Yeah,
but art on a canvas, other than the big ones.
Yeah, sculptures are sweet. I like, or like, you know, I would like to go see the Sistine Chapel and stuff like that. I don't really care to see the Mona Lisa.
Really?
Everyone's like, yeah, it's way too small. You can't get up there because it's so crowded. And
I do see some of the pictures of people just huddled over it that I would rather not deal with that if I'm given the option.
Yeah, like I'd rather go to like the French countryside, you know?
But
I think that'd be more fun.
I am a fan of like the Warhol surrealism, like the bunch of colors that pop out at you. But here's the thing with art, you just look at it. There's nothing you can't like.
Yeah,
I want to do things. I want to.
Oh, you want to roll dice?
The music is different than looking at art. Yeah. Art does not release any endorphins or dopamine. I can listen to music and get a quick dopamine hit.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I go to a museum and I see art, and even if it's something cool, like, oh, you go see, I mean, you go to a museum, and I mean, it's not necessarily art, it's artifacts or something. Like, you go see, like, the Declaration of Independence or whatever.
But you learn something. You also
you learn something.
You know, you learn.
But then I go and or if it's something you see and you go, oh, I saw it. Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, here's another painting, and then here's another one. Yeah. It seems like there's no value attached to art.
Turns out there's a lot of value attached to art.
More than I can fathom.
You know what?
Should we steal a painting?
We should just make a KarterKast painting and paint.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, last art thing.
Yep.
There's this guy on TikTok that will take like paint buckets and poke holes in them and hang them upside down.
Yeah.
I do like those. He throws like, and there's canvas on the floor.
Yeah, they kind of do. Someone does it. It might be him that does like a similar thing, but does it for halftime shows at basketball games.
Oh, I think I've seen that, but is he actually painting on an easel? So here's the thing. I think maybe I found I don't like art, but I like the process of art. Like if I found a TikTok video of someone painting something, I would definitely hold my thumb down and 2x it to see what it ends up being.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So maybe we open a museum, cheap labor, and just people painting the whole time. And the museum is not the actual art, it's the process of the art being created. Think about that.
We'll table that one.
KarterKast Museum.
USC Oregon. Oregon's a 10.5-point favorite. Over-under's 59.5. Games in Eugene, 3:30 CBS kickoff. Poor CBS crew, man. They went from doing the big-time SEC games. They're doing Georgia, Auburn, or Georgia, Alabama. They're doing LSU, Bama. They're doing, Georgia, Florida. Now, I turn to CBS every week, and you just hear how depressed they are at Penn State, Michigan State. And it's just like, oh.
So you feel bad. You feel bad for CBS?
I feel bad for CBS. I feel bad for the commentating crew that has to work those games because those games stink compared to what they had before. Their best game has been Oregon, Indiana. Outside of that, kind of cheeks. Maybe like Ohio State, Washington. Ugh.
Okay. All right.
Anyhow, USC Oregon, not a bad game for CBS, especially with their new standards now. Oregon's
Big Ten matchup.
Big Ten matchup, crazy. Oregon, 10.5-point favorite. 12:30 local time. Dylan,
Mhm.
USC is still just hanging around, just hanging on by a thread, maybe looking at the college football playoff. Had kind of a quietly decent year from Lincoln Riley. Are they going to win this game, or are they going to pull off the upset in Autzen?
So I'm going to give a disclaimer. It's like whenever, if you're on like an affiliate gambling site like we run, and it's, hey, disclaimer, we may earn a commission from any links you click on this site. Disclaimer, I really need USC to lose for Michigan's playoff hopes. In order to get to the Big Ten championship, I need USC to lose this. I need, we'll obviously have to beat Ohio State. Michigan will have to beat Ohio State. 10.5 points. I was not expecting that. And listen, I understand that the only thing that I can give Oregon credit, or not give credit for, but I look at this matchup and I think, how is this line so big? Oregon played on Friday. That's maybe the one piece. And I think we look at USC and Oregon.
Wouldn't that be an advantage?
Yes, that's what I meant. Did I say something?
Oh, yeah. No. I'm dumb.
I look at 10.5 and I think, why is this the case? That is one piece that I put towards that, is Oregon had an extra day of rest compared to USC. I think we look at the stats here, the tail of the tape. USC's offense, very strong, one of the best in the country. Oregon's defense, very good as well. I think Oregon matches up slightly better against USC, but USC also has that factor of motivation. They almost have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. And I don't think the difference between these two teams is worth 10.5 points. It feels like this should be a touchdown at max.
Yeah, but we've continuously seen when there's a line that comes out and we go, wait, why is Texas Tech favored by 2 touchdowns? Why is Utah favored by 11.5 in this game? Why is Georgia favored by 10.5 in this ranked matchup? And the double-digit favorite covers almost every time when we see this.
So I don't know if you're doing your host thing, or I don't know if you are if you're actually discussing your opinion on the game, but talk me into Oregon. Well, okay. Hey, no. I don't want to know what you think. Here's what I want from you. I want you to create an unbiased case for Oregon winning by 10 or more points. Lay it out for me. We got a map. Lay it out for me. What's the path? I was just watching Stranger Things with Abby. Lay out the map of Hawkins for me.
You get Jaden Mayava to turn the ball over.
Okay, that's fair. Fair.
He's turnover prone, and to be honest, that's kind of the only way I see it, because I don't. That's what I'm saying. Why I kept bringing up that point was I don't understand the line either. I think USC feels too easy here.
You said Jaden Mayava's turnover prone. I'm currently looking up his turnover worthy play rate because I don't think that's true.
How many turnovers does he have?
Well, no. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at turnover worthy play rate. But USC does feel very easy. These feel like two teams that are evenly matched. It doesn't feel like there's a 10.5. Am I spelling his name wrong or what? What are we doing here?
Maiava. It's awful. I couldn't spell it either, even though it was right in front of me. Yeah, I mean, because you go through Oregon's schedule.
Okay, 3.5% turnover worthy play rate. Not significant. But your point remains that would be a path for Oregon to beat USC by more than 10 points. Turnovers. Okay.
Yeah, unless this USC defense just gets absolutely destroyed and Oregon figures it out more so in the run game, and Dante Moore just has a classic and, puts himself back into the NFL top draft pick conversation. But
there is no travel difference, right? Both West Coast teams. You can't give anybody credit there. I think USC wins this game. This is the team that needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Oregon can get away with a loss and still be in that conversation. USC has one of the best offenses in college football, and their defense lacks a little bit, but I don't think the difference between USC's defense and Oregon's defense is that great, and I know USC has the better offense. I think USC wins this game, and then they're. It's bad for me as a Michigan fan, but they're in the conversation for the tiebreaker over the Big Ten championship over Michigan, and they're still alive in that playoff race.
I like USC spread so much in this game, but it just feels too. It's such a trap.
I don't know if it's a trap or not. I think we just know ball.
I don't know. Do I know?
We know more ball than the odds makers.
I can't pick I'm getting my futures dead on, but the individual games, man, I'm getting cooked.
This is where you turn it around, though.
No, not in this one. It's not in this one.
The defense, USC's defense does worry me. Oregon has a better defense.
I'm going Oregon covers. Just run the ball.
Whoa, wait a second. You just said USC was.
It's the reverse fade. It's because it feels so easy. I'm going the other way.
So you're going Oregon, but not because you think it's going to happen.
No, I don't think it's going to happen.
You're in your head.
No, I'm going
fighting wars up here.
I've seen too many of these games where it's like, why is Utah favored by 11.5 against a top 20 Cincinnati team? Oh, okay, yeah, because they're just going to blow them out. Vegas knows. This is a Vegas knows game, Dylan.
So I don't want to foreshadow, but you're clearly going to hold that same logic with the next game we talk about, right?
BYU Cincinnati?
Yeah.
We can get into that.
Vegas knows.
Give me a quick score prediction for USC Oregon.
I am going to go USC 27, Oregon 23.
I'll go Oregon 38, USC 21. Shootout.
Gee, zip. Wow. Okay. All right.
But that's not a crazy. That's one touchdown away from covering the number.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great way to look at it?
The score sounds a lot
way
worse
bigger
than what it actually is.
Yeah, because let's say it's 31-21 at the end of the game. Oregon gets a garbage touchdown, and then it looks way worse.
Yeah. Okay. All right. USC wins.
I like Jaden Mayava too.
Is he a freshman? Does he have another year?
No, I think he's a true sophomore. No, no one knows what any of these dudes are at this point.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
The only one you do know is that Bear Bachmeyer's a true freshman, and Bear Bachmeyer is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Am I right?
All right. He's okay.
He's okay.
You're half right. He is a quarterback.
BYU at Cincinnati. BYU's a 2.5-point favorite. Over under 54.5. Dylan. You've been praying. You've been begging for the downfall of the BYU Cougars.
Yep.
They prove everybody wrong once again last week by dismantling TCU. Everyone going, oh, TCU's winning this game, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
even though at first you were like, oh, yeah, BYU, they're going to win this game, no problem. And then you found out the line was only 3, and you were like, oh, yeah, BYU's losing that game.
TCU?
Yeah.
I don't recall saying that.
Check the tape.
Now, I will say, I was more confident that BYU was going to lose to TCU than I feel about BYU losing to Cincinnati. And I didn't even feel that. I felt confident about it the weeks leading up to it. Then the week of, I was like, not. Look at the stats, not feeling great. And I look at this game, honestly, stats aren't looking great for Cincinnati either. Offense is great, but their defense just is garbage, and I don't know how they're going to keep BYU out of the end zone. The only hope for Cincinnati here would be they score on every single drive. That's it. Honestly. Or there is an aspect of travel here, obviously. I think this is less talked about than the Big Ten, but this is a 2-time zone travel for BYU. Maybe that's a problem for them. But those are the only 2 ways I see Cincinnati winning this game. If they score on every drive or if BYU comes out slow because of travel or there's a travel issue. I say travel issue, not like a logistic travel issue, but traveling 2 time zones, that's just a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, Cincy's defense just can't stop anybody.
No, it can't stop a nosebleed.
I mean, Utah ran for almost 300 yards on the ground against them. Dampier was getting it done in the air too. Fafita had almost 300 against them, and they also had almost two. I mean, they're giving up. It feels like against these better opponents, it's 500 yards a game at this point. And I don't trust Brendan Sorsby against this BYU defense. I think Glasser and Kelly are going to get to him all day. They might have some success on the ground in this game, but like Sorsby against Utah, a 33% completion percentage. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got you. I get it.
Hey, can you go on PFF right now while you have it pulled up? Give me Brendan Sorsby's turnover-worthy play rate.
Brendan Sorsby's turnover-worthy play rate. Oh, okay. For this year's 5%. But big-time throw rate, 7%.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because they play the only decent defenses he's played against. Nebraska, Utah, Arizona.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Those are the only games he threw interceptions in.
So, you taking BYU?
I'm taking BYU. I don't think it's going to be close. I think BYU runs all over them. I think this is the time. And as a BYU fan, this is a classic BYU slip-up spot, trap spot, whatever. I think this is when BYU actually gets over the hump and wins this one. The UCF game could just be something stupid, and BYU looks past them, but I don't think that happens against Cincinnati. I think they roll here.
Defensive success rate for Cincinnati. They're much better against the rush. Crap. I'm not going to actually take anything. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, Carter? You want me to question the integrity of the show?
You can do whatever you want. I don't care. You can pick BYU against BYU.
I don't like that answer. I think BYU wins. Oh, brother. And I think we have ourselves, we're going to have a very interesting conversation come the college football playoff, because I will be advocating for 2-loss Oklahoma. I'll be advocating for
you think we're
Alabama.
I don't think you actually believe it's going to be a 2-loss Oklahoma.
I don't. But if we get to that point, I will be advocating for a lot of teams. Bro, that might be actually best case scenario for the show.
2-loss Miami.
Losses to who? They beat Notre Dame. Lost to Louisville. Lost to Georgia. Who's the other loss?
Who's their other loss?
Oh. Let me see what Stats Guy has to say. My gut reaction to that was no, if that's worth anything. My gut reaction to that was no. SMU in overtime.
That's right.
And their wins would be what? Let's see. Their wins would be Notre Dame. That's a pretty good. That win's getting better. South Florida. Ooh. That's tough. Probably not. Probably not advocating for BYU or for Miami over BYU.
The problem BYU faces is Oklahoma, a 2-loss Oklahoma, 2-loss Alabama are just getting in over an 11-1 BYU at that point. And if you're a BYU fan, you need to be rooting against Oklahoma and Alabama every single week now. You're cheering for Auburn in the Iron Bowl, and you need LSU or Mizzou to pull off an upset against Oklahoma. That's the only chance, because they're not gonna ding Oklahoma or Alabama after that. They're not gonna put BYU above them all of a sudden.
Can I extend an olive branch to your BYU kin? Number one, same Jesus. Number two, I think Oklahoma loses this week.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I think Missouri beats Oklahoma, and it's going to be awesome.
I really hope so. I need it. I need it bad.
It's my olive branch. Shout out BYU. Shout out Cougars. Cougar tail.
One nice part is that, like, you don't have to worry about Vandy right now. Vandy's far enough, like, they're behind BYU, so they're not going to be able to jump them for the rest of the season. Stanford pulls off an upset, hopefully, maybe, or Oregon would have to lose. Like, if Oregon loses to USC on Saturday, but then beats Washington, is BYU jumping Oregon at that point? Maybe.
Cincinnati won't still be ranked, will they? They were 23.
No, they're not going to be ranked.
It is so silly. This is data analysts coming out inside of me. I think we view as a society teams with a number like the gap from 25 to 1, all of those individual spaces means so little. But the 26 to 25, that gap right there is just such a huge jump.
Monumental.
Like talent-wise, it really isn't.
The talent-wise, from 20 to 40 isn't really different.
No, absolutely not. Which is crazy. We talk about ranked wins when a ranked win from 20 to 25 is probably the same as the 30 to 26 range.
If Oregon loses this week, I don't think they should be in the college football playoff over an 11-1 BYU team, because their best win the rest of the season would be Penn State or Iowa. I think Iowa. I think BYU has the better win against Utah at that point.
They lost. Yeah, Penn State.
And then the rest of the schedule is
rough.
Yeah.
This might be looking pretty nice for Oregon to miss the playoffs crowd.
We had that before the season, and we kind of need it.
Yeah.
We kind of need it.
Yeah, they haven't really beat anybody.
So, yeah, I'm rooting for USC. Rooting for USC in that one big time. Anyhow.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, but you think Oregon's going to win?
I do think Oregon's going to win, but I will be rooting heavily for USC.
Oregon did beat that's going to be interesting too, though, because the Penn State team they beat is completely different than what.
Yeah, but that Penn State team still wasn't good. That Penn State team still lost to UCLA. They were still looking bad against Villanova.
Okay,
like,
all right,
come on, it wasn't good. Just admit it.
They weren't
good. They weren't good. Quickly, Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech, ACC title decider right here. Looks like Virginia is going to be a lock for the ACC title, maybe as long as they close out the season right. And Pitt is all of a sudden, like, Narduzzi came out and was like, I don't care about this Notre Dame game. Like, doesn't matter. This determines if Georgia Tech wins, they guarantee themselves a spot in Charlotte for the ACC title game. Pitt, same deal, basically.
So Virginia's in. Winner of this is in as well, pretty much?
Basically at this point. I mean, there's still some tiebreaker scenarios. SMU is hanging around by a thread. They've got Louisville and Cal. I think they lose one of those.
Okay. So this is an interesting offense or defense. Which one do you like more? If you like offense, you're going Georgia Tech. You like defense, you're probably going Pitt.
Georgia Tech's been flirting a little too much with losing recently.
Yep. Shout out Molly Hatchet, flirting with disaster.
They should have lost to Boston College. They should have lost to Clemson. They should have lost to Duke. They absolutely should have lost to Wake Forest. I don't think we talk about Georgia Tech as being one of the luckiest teams in the country at this point. I love this Georgia Tech team. I'm a big fan, but they are extremely lucky. Also, I'm just rooting for Georgia Tech too, because I don't think Pitt, Virginia, SMU, those teams have a 0.0% chance at winning a college football playoff game. Georgia Tech has a chance. They can upset someone.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, like, if Georgia Tech loses this game and beats Georgia.
Then you'd have a real conversation going forward.
Yeah, then we're having a real conversation. I think Pitt wins this game. I think, 2.5 is the spread. I think Pitt's slight underdog. I think they win. I'm going to side with the defense. Georgia Tech's fun, though. Like, this is a team we were on. I wasn't really high on them this year, but last year, 2 years ago, when no one was talking about them, they were a very fun team. And but I think Pitt wins.
I love it. Let's do parlay.
What do you think?
I'm going Georgia Tech barely. I don't like it.
Do they cover?
No. And I know it's only 2.
So you're threading the needle here.
Yeah, I'm threading the needle big time here. Quickly, let's do parlay picks.
Oh, brother. Okay. Which one do you want? You want halfback dive? You want contrary to Dylan? What do we think?
Halfback dive.
Halfback dive, Wyoming, Nevada, under 41.5 points.
Oh. What was Connor's pick?
he took either I think USC plus 10.5, and then Arkansas plus 10.5 for, I don't know which one was which though, for the dog or the. He wanted USC as long as no one else took it.
Okay, then let's just do USC.
Okay.
I'm going Duke, North Carolina, over 51.5.
Okay. Duke's gonna roll, by the way.
Duke's gonna win that game by a bit.
They're gonna roll.
But I'm not betting Duke. I'm not betting Duke games anymore. I'm not touching Duke games anymore.
Really?
We need the season win total to hit. I can't screw around with Duke anymore.
That's true. That's very true.
Because
yeah.
We got to win out. We got to beat. Hey, it's all about North Carolina and Wake. We got to beat those 2 games. We got to win those 2 games. Meanwhile, because what's Utah's record? Utah is.
You have 2 losses, right?
Are they 8-2?
I think so.
Yep, Utah cashed. So my Utah season win total cashed.
Boom.
It didn't show up in my account.
Number 1 Utah fan.
Yeah. Anyhow. All right. Dog pick real quick.
I kind of alluded to it. I think Missouri beats Oklahoma. We talked about the Alabama game last week. If you look at Parker Fleming's graph, Alabama net success rate was much higher than Oklahoma. I think you're getting a discount on Missouri here. I think they beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma is not that good of a team. They have a great defense, but Missouri's defense is pretty good as well.
I'm going to go Baylor over Arizona.
Okay. Okay. Took the over in that game.
Yeah.
I guess we just give Connor Arkansas?
Let's give Connor Arkansas. He didn't send in a dog pick, did he?
No, he just sent two 10.5-point underdogs.
We'll give him Arkansas. I actually really like that parlay.
Yeah, I like that one too. Who's Arkansas play? Texas.
Texas.
Oh my gosh. They're so going to win too. I love that. Oh, yes.
Now we're cooking. All right, that's it. Download SeatGeek. Use code KarterKast. $20 off your first purchase. $50 minimum purchase required. That's code KarterKast. KarterKast. If you imagine listening to this on 1.5 speed, how people are, what on earth just happened?
What? SeatGeek what?
SeatGeek,
what's the code?
Code KarterKast. $20 off. At KarterPA, at Connor_Spare, at KarterKast on everything. Subscribe. Follow. Do what you got to do. 5-star review, Apple, Spotify. You guys know the drill by now. And if you're listening on audio, we'll swing over to the NFL. If you're watching on YouTube, go check out the NFL show. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see y'all. Adios.